This is the Pursuit of Wellness podcast, and I'm your host, Mari Llewellyn. Guys, welcome back to the Pursuit of Wellness. I'm sat here with Fee.
Hello.
We have a girl chat episode today, and we also have kind of a big announcement / a piece of news that we haven't spoken about yet because I feel like we wanted to deal with it privately on our own. Oh my God, this sounds really intense. Like my stomach hurts talking about it.
It's awkward to talk about.
It's not awkward. It's just like a big change.
Yeah.
And
it's real life.
It's real life. And I wasn't sure if I was going to save it for the end or, how we should do this, but I wanted to make sure I could have Fee with me to talk about it. And we've gotten a lot of comments and questions about it in our DMs and people just sort of speculating, which, is so annoying and mind your business type of thing. But us sharing this is I know you guys love my relationship with Fee, as I do too. And she's a very special part of my life and a big part of the show. And I can understand why people ask questions. And we want to talk about it on here because I think you guys, it's just they should know. But also if we didn't talk about it, I could see people taking it the wrong way and making their own story about it. So I'll say it and then you can add your bit. We've broken up. Just kidding. We've not broken up. We have decided to part ways professionally. And obviously that is such a huge change for both of us. We've been working together 3 years. 3 years.
Feels way longer.
It feels a lot longer. Fee started with me as your part-time personal assistant. That has evolved into so many different things. I mean, she's, you've been by my side for so many huge moments of my... Fuck.
It's okay.
So many huge moments of my career, ups, downs. I've seen you through ups, downs. It's just been a freaking roller coaster and a really cool one. We've done some sick things together. I think it got to a place, and Fee and I went on a walk together on Saturday and talked about this at length. And I feel like I'm so happy we did that because it just feels like we're in a twilight zone right now. It just feels so weird.
Yeah.
But I think you phrased it in a really good way. When Fee started, Bloom was very much still a startup company. I was still figuring out my career. It was very...
just a total different stage than where we're at now. Which, that's fine. It was just very different.
Very hands-on, very makeshift, figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
And, Fee has always been such a positive, get shit done type of person. And you are that person. And it has nothing to do with, me not wanting to work with Fee anymore or thinking she's not a good team member. It's not that. I think what we both just realized is, and we said this from the beginning, our friendship is more important to both of us than our professional. Working with your best friend is hard.
100%.
Everyone I speak to who has had this experience or been a part, it is so hard.
I feel like you see very few situations where it ends well.
Yeah.
I feel like almost every situation it ends horribly.
Yeah.
And I did not even want to come close to that.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is almost like a preventative measure that we both kind of started being maybe we should talk about it. So yeah.
I like that. I like it. It was a preventative measure.
It does feel preventative, yeah.
And I also think first of all, I don't want you to ever feel stuck. And I started to feel like you had this big life change on a personal level. I know you have aspirations outside of this. And I don't know, I don't want to feel responsible that I don't ever want you to feel stuck. And I want you to achieve everything that you want to achieve and do all the things you want to do. And at the end of the day, we also said this, there is just a dynamic there when you are someone's boss, technically.
Yeah.
I could never just fully be your friend. Like, you know?
And I felt the same way with you. Like, even if we were like out with our friends at a party, I was like, are you okay, Mari? Like, I just always felt like I was, just because that was such our dynamic. Like, and it was a friendship, but it was also just like this, I don't know, not that you can ever truly be like yourself or whatever, but like when there is a professionalism to it that you have to like maintain.
Yeah.
And also I just feel like when we were together, it's like we would just talk about work because like we worked together so much. And it was like, it just, I feel like it started to like affect the friendship aspect of it.
Yeah, and I feel a little bit like, it didn't allow us. I think at the end of the day, you and I are supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
And us working together was such a privilege and really cool to experience together. But at the end of the day,
got to meet.
That's how we got to meet. Exactly. But it doesn't mean that has to be our story forever.
Yeah.
And I feel like, as you said, we're like handling it before it could possibly get weird.
Yeah.
And I'm also in this weird place in my career where like things are changing and shifting and, you know, Bloom is growing and I'm trying to get pregnant and I don't know what my life is going to look like next year. And I had this weird feeling of like, I am in this weird position and that not many people can relate to, where a lot of people rely on me.
Yeah, I get it. You felt like responsible for like my career.
Yeah.
And like if for whatever reason you decide to do X, Y, and Z, how it would affect me.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate that, but like also at the same time, I'm very understanding and I would be like, of course.
Yeah.
But it does put a weird, pressure on the friendship and the work relationship. So yeah, I definitely think this was the smartest move. But it has not been easy.
No, it hasn't.
I will tell you guys that has not been.
No, it's hard. And it was, it's been a very emotional, like weird time. And I think we were both like trying to give each other space and not sure how to talk about it. And it took a minute. But like, I feel really good about it, especially after we spoke on Saturday. I was like, this was the right move.
Yeah.
Because I even already feel like I can be so much more real with you and not feel like the stress of work has to carry into my relationship with you. I think that was the biggest thing. Like things have just gotten so much more serious at work.
Yeah, like a whole different dynamic. Then, literally, guys, I was looking back. We were talking about like an old TikTok. Mari had posted like her old Halloween costume the other week, and I was like, oh my God, remember that TikTok we made? And I scrolled down to her TikTok, and you guys, like the amount of free time we had. We're doing Trader Joe's fall like review, like pumpkin cream cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, if only like now we could look back, like we literally were like, let's like make recipes and film funny TikToks. And like we literally spent one day like for 3 hours filming this like long TikTok across Mari's house. And I'm like, in what world? Now I'm like, Mari's in like board meetings and recording and like flying to freaking, where were you the other day?
I don't know, Salt Lake City.
And I was like, St. Louis. She's like, I'm not in St. Louis. I was like, oh, right. I was like the other SL thing one. But like, it's really like that. And it's just, it's crazy how it changes. And like, I will be so honest. When we moved here and trying to like kind of navigate our friendship groups and stuff, like it was a little weird. And, Mari's met a great group of girls here who like, I think they're all so lovely and great. But like, I'd be lying if I said like when we all would hang out and like I would see them and like them have their like friendship relationship with Mari and like it was strictly friendship, like that I wasn't in a way, I don't want to say like jealous, but like I wasn't like, oh, like that seems kind of nice. Like I would love to be Mari's best friend. And like, not that I'm trying to say it's not fun working with you. Like we've done it for 3 years and I've enjoyed every minute of it, but like.
It's just different.
It's just a different dynamic. It really is. And like, and like you said, it's like getting very serious now. And like, there's a lot kind of at stake and like a lot happening. And so it's just like when you combine like the personal aspect to that and like you already like work with your husband, like I don't think you need another layer added to it, like in your personal life, you know, like that's already, you know, a lot in a way.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. And
yeah.
I feel that too. It's almost like I am someone when I'm at work, I'm very, unless I'm on the microphone, honestly, I'm very business mode. Like I cannot go in between. Because otherwise it's too complicated for me. And I've been that way for a while. And that's kind of why I don't really go up and talk to Greg when I'm here, because I can't mentally handle it.
Yeah.
And I just want to be like girls.
Yeah.
You know, like we were talking about like my baby shower and your wedding and all these things that we're so excited for. And like, I don't want like you being my assistant at my baby shower.
I know. I said to Mari, I was like, Mari, I like can't wait to come to your baby shower, but like I don't really want to like plan your baby shower.
Well, friends do that too.
Okay, but like as a friend I would, but it's just different. It is different. And like just the dynamic of working with a friend. I'm sure there are people listening that have worked with friends too. Like it is just personal and work relationship boundaries. There's just like there are none because it's just all so combined.
Yeah.
And that makes a very difficult situation.
I do a lot of prep work for my podcast, a lot of sitting down, focusing for hours, and really honing in on one topic. And I'm not someone who can listen to lyrics. I have to have music with no lyrics in it to really focus. And I am such a big fan of Brain FM. It's an app built for professionals seeking productivity boosts. They create science-backed music that syncs brain patterns, helping you focus better, relax deeper, and sleep easier. Their patented technology is proven to boost brainwaves by 119% in just 5 minutes, helping you find and stay in flow. They have specific audio modes like deep work, creative, motivation to meet your exact needs. There's also turbo mode for ADHD support. Brain FM is the only music company supported by the National Science Foundation to improve people's focus. Unlock your brain's full potential free for 30 days by going to brain.fm/pow. That's brain.fm/pow for 30 days free. You guys know I'm such an advocate for getting your lab tests done. I think taking ownership over your own health is so important. And that's why I love Function Health. You guys have heard me talk about this so many times. It's co-founded by Dr. Mark Hyman, one of my favorite people and favorite guests I've had on the show. Function Health is comprehensive testing with personalized insights from top doctors. They have over 100 lab tests, biological age, Alzheimer's, stress and aging, cancer detection, autoimmune, and so much more. All you need to do is schedule lab tests, instantly schedule with leading providers with 2,000 plus locations and get results. Results include insights derived from top doctors and thousands of hours of research. When I got my results, I was able to click on the result and see the advice from doctors, and it gave a full explanation. If you've ever gotten lab tests done, you know it's so important to get the results explained to you. And I found it so simple and easy to read through the top doctor results. Take action, test again, and test every few months to watch your health progress over time. Make sure you listen to episode 106, where Dr. Mark Hyman came on the show and discussed Function. We talked about so many different things. Function Health is now FSA and HSA eligible, transparent pricing, comprehensive testing. It's time to own your own health. To join Function Health, go to functionhealth.com/pow and use code POW100 to skip the waitlist, available up to 1,000 listeners.
And like, I do think the last 3 years we've navigated it like incredibly well. And I also think it's like ebbed and flowed in ways. Like you said, at the beginning, it was very makeshift.
Yeah.
Like guys, when I started with them, there was like 10 employees in like one room in like a rented office.
Yeah.
And I used to like bring them sticky notes and like pens. Like it was like, I like would decorate the office for Halloween with like cobwebs. And they were like, this is great. And like literally now we're in this like massive HQ. Mari has a podcast. Like it is so different.
Yeah.
And it happened fast.
It happened fast.
3 years is not a long time.
No. And I am proud of us too. I think we really did pretty well.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
We should make a montage. I'm gonna cry like a bar mitzvah.
But also, like, I will even say, like, I feel so different than who I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you will say the same.
Yeah.
Like, I think people change a lot. I also think, like, your late 20s, early, like, 30s, it's, like, such a pivotal
Saturn return.
time. Yes. But, like, truly, like, this is when, like, I personally have been going through a lot of personal changes in my life. And, like, it just, a lot is going on during these years. And I think it's just all...
That's another thing. Like, you going through that breakup
Yeah.
also kind of opened my eyes. And I was
I
like...
have a feeling.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because it's, guys, to have your best friend, like, call you sobbing, and then you're like, okay, but we have a meeting in an hour, like, sucks.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks. Yeah. And I was like, I just want to be here for her as a friend. And I feel like I can't.
Yeah.
It really, like, complicates things. And I also think it made me realize that you just have, like, a lot you're figuring out in your life. And I was like, I almost want to give her the space to do that.
Yeah.
Without me.
Yeah.
And I mean that in, like, a nice way. Like, I want to be able to support you as a friend. And I mean, guys, as you can tell by us describing this, it's, like, so complicated and confusing. And
there's a lot of layers.
A lot of layers. But, like, in conclusion, I feel like we're both on the same page that this is the best decision. And it doesn't mean we're not friends. If anything, I actually think now we can be better friends for each other and, like, show up and have fun and do things we want to do.
Yeah.
Because when you're with someone all day, every day, it's not like you really think to hang out.
That too. Like, I always used to say to Mari, I was like, look, I love you, but, like, we just spent Monday through Friday together. Like, literally, there was times where me and Mari literally sat across a desk face to face, like, 5 days a week, like, just on meetings constantly, staring at each other constantly, which, like, I love my friends. I love my family. I don't want to, like, spend that much time with, like, anybody.
Yeah.
Like, literally anyone in the world, no matter how much I love you. Like, that's just a lot. And then so I'd get to the weekends and, like, I'd want to do stuff with you, but I'd be like, and then I would, like, just be stressed about the next week. It was just, like, there's just a lot going on. So this is definitely the best decision.
Yeah.
So, but it was not an easy one, you guys.
No.
It was very emotional. It's so funny. People think everything. I get so many comments all the time. People think, like, our lives are just so...
I'm sure.
And dandy and
we're just yappy
happy girls that have no worries. And I'm like, if you only knew.
I know.
If you only knew. So
I also think that their perception is that I'm, like, a horrible person and this is not gonna help.
Okay, well, that's not true, you guys. Me and Mari have had many conversations about this. This has been several months in the making.
Yeah.
But because we wanted to do it the right way, and I think it was, in a way, it was almost like a breakup. Like, we had to try to navigate, like, how we wanted to do it, and we don't hate each other, and we want to remain friends, but we need to navigate through this section of it, so.
Yeah. And it's not like you want to get on a microphone in the middle of all that. And
yeah, that too.
You know?
I know. I do realize the last episode, I was like, I'm not going anywhere, people.
But you're not.
I know, I'm not. Which... if Mari will have me, like, I would still love to come on the podcast, you guys. I know everyone's going to be like,
it'll be even better.
Chats. Yeah.
It'll be even better because there's no boundaries, because I'm not technically Fee's boss. So she can really just say whatever. She's like a guest girly appearance.
I can't wait.
I think it'll be even better, honestly. And yeah, I would love to have you keep coming on the show. I mean, people love it. And I love it.
Love our girl chats. So.
I know. It's a great place to catch up. So guys, like, please try to be as understanding as you can be and don't give either of us a hard time.
Please don't come for Mari. Please don't come for me.
Don't come for anyone. We've been emotional as it is. We don't
I love Bloom. I love Pow. I love Mari and Greg. Literally, like, I was texting Greg's mom the other day. I was like, I love them so much. Like, it's like, this is like, it's really hard.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm still here.
So with that said, let's get in the fun stuff. I don't have any fun updates. So I had a mental breakdown yesterday.
I've been having mental breakdowns.
Well, I'm not, you know what? I was trying to be demure about my pregnancy journey, and I'm not being demure anymore. I don't care.
Respect.
I've been following on TikTok, like, other girls in the trying to conceive club. In the club, we all fam.
Yeah.
And I did IUI this past month, and it didn't work. So, yeah, I got my period. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't know what more I could be doing. So yeah.
I don't think there is anything. I think it's just like timing.
I know.
And just like right timing and it's like a numbers game.
I know.
Truly. That's like the same way I feel about dating, Mari. Literally anyone I talk to is like, it's just a numbers game.
Like what?
Literally. And I'm like, what does that mean? No, guys, dating is the wild fucking West.
Yeah.
Why did nobody warn me? No one warned me.
Well, you were doing something else.
I am happy I'm single. I think I'm going to remain single for some time. But yeah, dating is wild out here.
Why don't you go to Europe for a month?
I was thinking about it.
Like a self-discovery thing.
Yeah, a little eat, pray, love moment.
Yeah, because didn't you kind of do that in the past and it worked great?
Yeah, I went to Europe and broke up with my boyfriend. And then I had an eat, pray, love moment, yeah. But I was disassociated the entire time. I think I was too young. Like now I would go and feel more like powerful about it, but I was just disassociated for a month in Italy.
I bet you there's girls listening who live in Europe who will DM you.
Europe girlies, let me know. I'm thinking Italy. I love me some Italy. Yeah. Maybe Spain. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, like I'm sure I'll get questions like what I'm going to do next. I'm trying to figure that out. I don't really know.
You don't need to rush.
I know. You know what's funny? So I got a human design reading done.
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
It was very interesting. I'm a manifester, you guys. Only 9% of the world are manifestors. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm pretty special. But she told me as a manifester and like after reading my chart, she told me not to rush into anything. She was like, do not rush. Like you're going to be presented with a lot of opportunities and different things right away. And like you're going to feel inclined. And like, I think it's just in my personality, like not having a job and like not like actively like doing that like makes me very anxious and nervous.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she was like, don't just jump into something because it's like the first thing to present itself. Like really take a minute.
Yeah, you can be a little reactive sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's my safety strategy. It's like how I just like I just like fix it and figure it out and like that. But I think I need to give myself a little time, like just
I agree.
Figure it out. So we'll see what that looks like.
What do you think I am? Human design.
I don't know. You'd have to get it done. It's literally based on your birthday, time you were born, and where you were born, which I know we've discussed.
We know my parents don't know when I was born, so
I think they could find it somewhere. I made my mom go and like look at my dad.
Should we call the hospital I was born in?
We could try that.
Chertsey.
They'd be like, "Girl, that shit's locked away in file cabinets from 1994." But
maybe we'll try.
We'll find. Yeah, but it was really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, she told me like a ton of stuff about me that I was like, wow. But it felt very like real.
Yeah.
Like I like really could relate to what she was saying. And so it was really interesting.
Love that.
But yeah.
What's the dating tea?
I've been on a couple dates. I just like, I don't know. I have this weird, I was talking to a girlfriend the other day, like, unfortunately, I think a lot of our like these 28 to like young 30-year-olds, like I don't know what gen we are. What are we?
I think we're millennials.
Are we? I never know. Whenever people bring these terms up, they're like Gen Z, I'm like, I don't know what.
We might be like Gen Zennials. Like we might be
1994, 1995. I don't know. But our generation, like maybe this is just what happens to everyone when they turn 30. But I just feel like every single person I know is like running around with like a chicken with their head cut off and like no one knows what they want to do with their lives.
Really?
Yeah. Like I feel like anyone I date, like everyone is like, doesn't know what they want to do with their, like it just, I don't know. And I just feel like it's like messy. Like I just feel like everything's like really messy. And like, I like to think that like I have my shit together. I think I do. Obviously, like I'm going through this transition now, but like, I don't know. I'm like, where are like the normal men?
I thought they would be here, but
I don't know.
Maybe Dallas?
I don't know. When I moved here, I like thought the same thing. And then, or like when I was newly found single here, and like I talked to like my single girlfriends, and they were like, "Girl, it ain't no better than LA." And I was like, "What do you mean? Don't tell me that." But I
think everyone says that about every city.
I think there's like a huge pressure now on everyone our age to be successful by a certain time. I know like I've talked to guys that they're like, I'm not looking to settle down until I X, Y, and Z. till I like get to this position or make this amount of money or do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think that's such a toxic way to like date. Like, I'm like, shouldn't you be with someone that you grow together and like you're both trying to like make something of yourselves together? Like, it's just not, I don't know. I don't like that approach to it. And I just feel like everyone I meet like is that way and no one knows what they're
like
doing.
if Greg and I had gone about it that way, we wouldn't be anywhere.
No, you guys are the epitome of you met with like nothing and grew into something.
Yeah.
But like, I think you guys, people that like meet in college, I'm like, that's like a very rarity to me nowadays. Like people to be together our age for 10 years. Like it does happen, but like
10 years as of Halloween.
Yeah, that's nuts. Oh yeah.
Our 3-year wedding anniversary, December 1st.
Yeah, that's nuts. But yeah, dating is just really hard. I will say, when I was kind of alluding to earlier, like I feel very different than I was like 3 years ago. I feel so much more secure in myself now than like I ever have. And like when we were on our walk the other day, we were just kind of like talking. I was talking about dating with Mari, and I was just like, I finally feel like I really know what I want and what I will put up with and what I will not put up with and what I deserve and what I bring to the table. And I do think by like knowing that, like the minute I'm on a date and a man shows me otherwise, I'm like, so nice meeting you. I don't think this is going to work out. Like, but that really does like limit the dating
narrows the options.
It does, which like, I guess when you find the right one, it's like great. And like, I have friends that are my age that are married now. And like they happen, Sydney and John, like I think they're a beautiful couple, amazing. He's amazing. She's amazing. Like so happy they found each other. But like, to me, it like seems like that's like a diamond in the rough nowadays. Like it just I feel like we have friends here who have trauma dating stories. I'm not going to go into any specifics, but like people, the love bombing that's happening out here and just like men. Oh my God.
But I also think, Fee, like you have been pretty wrapped up in my life for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Obviously you had like weekends and stuff, but like if you think about it, you're now entering this phase where you're like open. And maybe you'll go to Europe or maybe you'll take a day trip somewhere. Like, I don't know. It just kind of makes you a bit more
yes, I agree.
available.
Yes,
or if
sure.
you do a job that's more flexible and you're like running around town. It's like you networking.
You never know who I'm going to meet through. Yes,
in my world, you don't really network that much. We just kind of, we
were just grinding.
Just grinding.
We're just here grinding, yeah.
I have a question. Are you on the apps?
I am on the apps.
What if you expand the radius to Dallas and Fort Worth also?
Perhaps. I mean,
is that weird?
No. I mean, like
it's a 3-hour drive.
Hinge is like, I have Austin, but like Raya is like the whole world, which is actually really annoying because I'm like, don't show me this attractive man in like Egypt.
Yeah.
Like I'm never going to see
That's
this
annoying.
man.
But I just feel like Dallas is not that far. And especially when you're in this moment where you're kind of like, I don't really need to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good idea?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I just don't think a lot of people are dating nowadays for the right intentions. Like even on the apps, Mari, it is so traumatizing. Like I have friends send me like screenshots of like messages guys send. Like it's just, it is scary out here.
I know. I can't even imagine.
It is really scary out here. And then I feel like even sometimes you meet great, good guys with awesome jobs who are like, you're great. And then you're like, are you dating? They're like, oh, like, I'm just like locked in on what I'm doing right now. I'm not looking to date. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, but do they mean that?
That's me. I'm like, well, wait till he meets me. Don't do that to yourself, girls. I tried that. If a guy says he's not looking for anything serious, he's not looking for anything serious, and you will not change his mind. Even if you do for 3 years, you will not change his mind.
LOL.
Long term.
As you guys know, in 2017, I went through a big weight loss journey, and I wish I had had more tools to help me understand my metabolism. And that's where I would recommend Llewellyn. It's the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat, carbs, and gives you a tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workout, sleep, and even stress management. All you have to do is breathe into your lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning fat or carbs, and then it gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after your meals, so you know exactly what's going on with your body in real time. I think this would be such a helpful tool in knowing what's going on with your body. If you want to stay on track with your health this holiday season, go to lumen.me/pow to get 15% off your lumen. That is lumen.me/pow for 15% off your purchase. Lumen makes a great gift too. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode. Greg and I are hosting Thanksgiving at our house this season, and I want to make sure I have goodies for everyone, and that's where Wild Grain comes in. I want to start baking delicious homemade favorites with family and friends, and Wild Grain is here to make you look like an expert baker without the stress. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. They are fully customizable to your taste and dietary restrictions. They recently launched a gluten-free box and a plant-based box that is 100% vegan. Guys, I love Wild Grain. I'm a big fan of the croissants. They are so easy to throw in the oven, and they come out like fresh French bakery croissants. They are a fan favorite, and I love having them in the house when we have friends and family over. It's just super, super easy, super convenient, and the quality and freshness is there. Impress your guests with minimal effort this holiday season. Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off the first box plus a free item in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/pow. You heard me. You can now get $30 off your first customized box when you go to wildgrain.com/pow, and you can use promo code POW at checkout. That's funny. I just feel like maybe somewhere like I don't know.
I think I know people are like, the minute you stop looking, it'll come. I think I just need to like focus on me.
Yeah.
I want to like take a step. I want to take a beat, figure out what I feel like I'm being called to do next. Like, work towards that. Like, really work on myself.
I love that.
You know, I think, you know, the last 3 years, like, love my job, but like it was a demanding job. It was a very like, it consumed your whole life, and it was my whole life too. Like Bloom and Pow and stuff like is like my identity. Like truly, I like don't really know who I am without it. I'm gonna figure it out. But
that's what I hoped would come of this. For when I think about this time in our lives, I was like, I really hope Fee like does something for self-discovery. Like that was kind of what I was hoping you would do. I think
between that and then just also like the relationship I had been in, I think like I was very selfless in that relationship, and I was doing a lot for that person. And I just kind of got to the point where I was like, I need to like start making decisions for me and me only.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what I meant even with the dating stuff of like, thank you so much, it was lovely meeting you, but like not gonna work for me. Like I kind of want to like be selfish.
No, I'm so proud of you for
that.
Like
I really want to be selfish. And like when I tell you that is quite literally the hardest concept for me to grasp. Like it is really hard for me to make a decision that may affect someone else and like me think about myself over the other person. Like that is really hard for me.
I have a hard time with that too. Yeah. And I think it's such a childhood thing.
Oh yeah. It's people pleasing. It's like not wanting to cause conflict. It's a million things.
And also like we grew up similarly but differently, but like I was always concerned about like my parents' emotion and like what can I do to make sure they're fine. Mm-hmm. So for me to have a feeling about something, no, like not
like
not
you don't
okay.
have feelings. Like you're just trying to like boundary and help everyone else keep their feelings in check.
Which is funny as like two friends who are both like that, because
guys, that's why the last 3 months I'm like, Mari's like, you don't hate me? I'm like, you don't hate me? She's like, wait, what? I'm like, I thought you hated me. She's like, I thought you hated me.
No, we're the worst. We're the worst.
It's hard. Like, oh, it's so hard.
But I am proud of us because we've gotten a lot better at it.
Yeah. Well, I think when you approach a conversation, you're like, look, like I am saying this out of love and respect, and like I care about you, but like X, Y, and Z. And like every conversation we had was like that. Like it was very like, there were tears, but like it was very like, it's because we care so much. And I just think, I just want everyone, women, everyone to just like try putting yourself first. Like truly, I feel like even you, Mari, like in the last year, even just since moving to Austin. Like, I feel like I know when you said you wanted to move in, like you had these, you know, in the van, you like wrote down what your goals were and like you really wanted to like create friendships here and like find like, you know, pursue your hobbies more and stuff. Like even the transition from you going from like English writing to Western writing. I know that sounds silly, but like I felt like you were doing English because you like had started it and you like kind of felt like you were like, you had to do it then because you were like, sounds crazy, but like the backlash of like changing from English. It's like, and then you were finally like, fuck it. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. And like you had some, you know, kind of scary experiences with it. And now you're doing what you want to do. Yeah. And like, you don't have to be apologetic for it. No. But like, so for some reason, we like feel like we have to. We like feel bad that we're like doing what we want to do. Yeah. Which I think is just such a big thing between like, men and women. I'm like, ask a man what he wants to do. He's like, I did that because I wanted to. What do you mean? Women are like, wait, what?
I've told you that example, right? Little girls having a sleepover and there's boys and girls and the parent comes and goes, who wants pizza? Yeah. Every boy puts his hand up and all the girls are looking around to see what everyone else wants.
Like, oh, are you hungry? Like, oh, do you want pizza? No, truly.
I feel that so deeply. Actually, the Western English thing, I freaked out in the middle of that transition because I felt like I was upsetting people. And the thing is, you will. Yeah. Like when you make a decision for you, you might upset other people. Yeah. You might disappoint other people. Yeah. And it's a mindset shift of like, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but like at the end of the day, it's you.
You gotta look out for yourself. Like, yeah, you gotta look out for yourself. And like, I'm really trying to like dive into that and like practice that in this next chapter. Cause I just feel like up until now, and like, believe me, I am so thankful I am the way I am. And I'm not saying it's a bad trait to have. Like, I think it's gotten me very far in life. And like, I love that about myself. Mm-hmm. I love that I am empathetic and that I deeply care about other people. I do. But I also think like there's a line that needs to be drawn where like you look out for yourself. Mm-hmm. And like, it's funny. I was in therapy the other day and I had been telling my therapist how like I moved. I don't know if I mentioned this already on the show, but how after like my breakup, I moved into my own place and I was like, now I can keep it spotless and clean and like he won't make a mess and X, Y, and Z. And my therapist goes, well, like you don't have to do that. Like it can be messy if you want. Mm-mm. Like you don't have to do that. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, it's your apartment. You can do whatever you want. She's like, you can leave dishes on the counter or like not take the trash out. Like it's up to you. Like no one's gonna like make you feel otherwise. And like also like it's your space. Like you pay for it. Like you can do what you want. And I was just like, oh my God. Like I just realized I hold myself to this like such standard of like perfection that is so unattainable. And also just like, I don't know. I think for a while, again, I think from childhood, and this comes with dating too. Like I still think I feel this way. I feel like I like have to be perfect to find the right guy. Like I feel like the right guy will not want to be with me until I am so perfect for him. And I finally am like, that is such bullshit. Yeah. Like I don't have to be perfect at all. No one's perfect. But it's really hard when you like are such a perfectionist and like type A and you like hold yourself to such this standard. It's like, it's really hard.
Well, if you think about it at face level, like someone meeting you, there's not much wrong with you. I mean, yeah, you have some like insecurities and like childhood shit, but like you're pretty awesome like majority of the time. I know. And then these men show up and they have like like an ear hanging off. That's about it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we all are our harshest critics for sure. I mean,
I'm so hard on myself. It's crazy.
Exactly. Like we all are. Like I feel like you accomplish amazing things and then the next day you're like, I could have done this better. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But we all are just our harshest critics. It's rough out here, you guys. But I have faith. I am like greatly, I am not religious. I won't even say I'm like spiritual. Like I'm not.
I'm thinking about becoming religious. Did I tell you that?
Oh, Mari.
Since this pregnancy thing, I kind of want to pray.
Okay.
I also just want answers.
Okay.
Like yesterday, I was like, maybe I should go to church. So instead, I went on TikTok and I ordered some crazy supplements that everyone's getting pregnant on.
Okay, great.
Called Geritol.
Oh my God.
Hit me up if you've gotten pregnant on Geritol.
Okay, well, to each their own.
Not an ad, seriously.
I'm not gonna comment on that. I think everyone goes through that. But like right now, I am greatly leaning into this just like everything happens for a reason. I believe in the universe. I think I think what energy you put out comes back. I think like do good onto others and good will come to you. Like I fully believe in all that stuff. So like I am fully putting all my eggs in, but the universe got me. It's gonna come back somehow. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just like
Timing.
put the trust.
Put the trust. What is that from?
I remember I said it like one of
Oh
our
my
first
God,
episodes. I was like,
yes.
put the trust. And we were like, what does that mean?
Put the trust.
Came back around. Yeah.
Wait, can I speak about Geritol for a second?
Yeah. Geritol.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, guys, I've been pretty good about not being obsessive about fertility. Like, I genuinely haven't really thought about it on a daily basis for 2 to 3 months. I actually even stopped testing for a couple months because I was like, I need to just chill. And I really have. Like, I've been less obsessive, been doing the things I love doing.
Yeah.
I try in the window, whatever. Mostly because I know myself and I'm so obsessive that the second that the thought unlocks, I'm done for.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I unlocked it.
Really?
Yep.
I received quite a few text messages.
Yep. I said, fuck, in all caps.
It's like 4 p.m. Mari starts texting me, hey, I need help. I'm like, what is it? And yep.
So basically, I realized that I could test yesterday after my IUI, and I scrambled. It was in the afternoon, and I did the test, and it was negative. LOL. My 12th negative pregnancy test I've ever taken. So I was like, oh, great. Okay, now I'm going to spiral. So I did spiral, and I was just like running around like, what am I going to do? I'm on TikTok. I'm whatever, what's all the girls doing? Because all these people are talking about like trying to conceive. There's this stuff called Geritol that's a liquid like vitamin shot. It's like brown liquid. And you take 1 shot every single day leading up to ovulation, like during your period, whatever.
What is it?
I don't know. I literally don't take it, guys. Like, I have no idea. It's like niacin and vitamin B12 and like all this, folate, like all this stuff.
Okay.
I am not recommending that you take it, and this is not an ad. I literally have a supplement company. I would not be promoting another supplement company, but the girls are getting pregnant on it. So you know how everyone was taking Mucinex?
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah.
Now the new thing's Geritol. And swear, I followed this girl's whole journey. Took Mucinex, didn't work, was trying for over a year, started Geritol, worked. So I ordered it. They have it at HEB.
See, like stuff like that to me is like maybe it just happened to be the time that it worked.
I know, I think that
and
too.
It's not the Geritol.
I think that too, but I'm at the point where I will literally try anything.
I know.
I will inject something into my eyeballs.
Oh, I know.
I was ready to be a mom 1 year ago. So now I'm a year into, here's how I feel. I feel like I'm living the wrong life. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but when I come to work, and don't get me wrong, like I fucking love this podcast. I love what I do. Like I really feel very like I am supposed to be doing this. However, like when I mentally decided I was ready to be a mom, like
it's like all you can think about.
Literally all I can think about from that moment on.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting at a desk all day and I'm like grinding or I'm traveling and doing these meetings, I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
Like I want to be dropping off my kid at school or playing, or I'm not mentally like here.
I get it.
So yeah, I have mentally decided if I'm not pregnant by the end of the year, I will do IVF in January, and I don't care. I'll cancel everything I have on the schedule.
Smart.
Because
you got to do you.
I'm done.
Apologize. You know, it sounds like that's what you want, and go get it.
I know. I was almost thinking I should cancel my LA trip next week, honestly.
Well, next week's not going to change anything.
I know.
It's like literally next week. I get it. We had a guest here the other day that brought his 2 little girls into the building.
Oh, yeah.
And they were quite literally the cutest little girls I've ever seen in my life. Like smiley, giggly, happy little girls. And I almost started crying. I was literally playing with them on the basketball court, and I literally almost started crying. And I wanted to pick up the little ones so bad, but I was like, Fiona, you can't just like pick up people's children. But like the literal primal feeling in me, like I was like, oh my God. And imagine how I feel. I'm not even fucking close. I got a while until I can do that.
I know, but it's different when you try.
I know.
And you might get pregnant
Well,
immediately.
no. See, that's also my thing. I'm like, okay, so what? I'm single now and I got like 3 years ahead of me, 3-4 years maybe until I get to try. And then what if it takes me 3 years?
It's taking
I'm
everyone
36, 37.
a really
it's
long
like
time.
Terrifying.
I know.
Oh, it's because we all were on birth control for 10 years of our life and not knowing any of the repercussions of it.
Yeah, no, it's like it was easier to lose 90 pounds. I lost 90 pounds in the space of time I've been trying.
Well, I also think knowing, your personality and how like your work ethic and like when you put your mind to something, you do it and you see the results. And it's probably the one thing in your life that literally you do not have control over.
I'm so annoyed.
Like you literally don't.
Normally I'm like trying to be positive on this show, but guys, I'm like really annoyed at this point. Okay. I'm so frustrated.
I just bitched about my life.
Yeah, this episode's called
This is
not a girl. Yeah, it's not a girl chat, it's a bitchin' sesh.
I mean, this is real shit. This is what most of these girls are probably going through too.
That's true, guys. Let us know if you're trying to conceive or if you're dating. Just like
share your horror stories.
We need like a forum. I mean, I know that you guys can comment if you're listening on Spotify and we can read the comments, but I would prefer to have like a little like girls chat.
Maybe our girl chats, we start doing more of the voicemails again and like anonymous stories or
I have an idea.
I like that. Oh.
You know how people have those like threads in the DMs? Like you can have a public channel.
Yeah.
We could do that on the POW page.
That'd be smart. And people put questions. But then it's not anonymous.
Oh, yeah.
It's like coming from a
profile. But I just mean to chat.
Oh, to chat. That's a good idea. Community.
Like, hey guys, I'm trying Geritol this month. What about you? What if Geritol's like illegal? Just kidding. They have it at HEB. Well, I'll keep you guys updated on that because I also just wanted to be pregnant so I could tell everyone at Thanksgiving.
I know, but you can't, don't get ahead of yourself like that.
I know. I planned it all
Believe
out.
me, I know. I'm such a planner too. Like
I'm sad.
I meet a man, you guys, on a first date and I'm like, so where do you want to get married?
I know.
It's so toxic.
You can't do that.
Well, I'm going to be so honest though. I have literally started being like, so I want to be a mom and have kids like yesterday. What are your feelings of that? And if they run away, then run away. And I'm not saying I want that with you today. We just met. But like, that's what I mean. I'm tired of being the cool girl.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
You were never the cool girl.
Okay, well,
so.
I'm tired of pretending to be the cool girl. Like, no, I was not the cool girl. But you know what I mean. Like, I'm tired of being like, yeah, I'm so over it. Like, I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for.
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm upset. I'm heated. No, but seriously, like, if that makes a man run away, then he is not my man. One man will come along and be like, yes.
Sure.
You're my wife. No, I don't know where he is.
I'm trying to think of places that are a bit more like, I feel like you're kind of traditional. I know you're.
Not really.
I know politically you're not.
Yeah.
But I think you are.
I don't know though, because I don't.
Yes, you are. Like,
I'm traditional in the sense that like I want to be a mom and have babies and stuff, but like I also don't want that in like a very traditional setting. When we did the last episode, I had so many DMs afterwards of people being like, women listening, which thank you guys for sharing these because they like give me so much hope. Women that were like, I was in a toxic relationship all through my 20s. We broke up at 35 and I met my dream man at 37 and now we're pregnant and I am so glad I waited, or I'm so glad I left that toxic relationship. I would have never met him without, you said, which I loved, like you're closer now to finding that than you ever were staying in that relationship. So I do believe that. I think it's just like kind of the thing, same with pregnancy. It's just time and it's like a numbers game and it's just, it'll happen. But I get it. It's very, what's the word? Like you get very, it's like, what am I trying to say?
Discouraged?
Yes, very discouraging.
Yeah.
When you just kind of continue to have not great experiences with stuff. You're like,
what if you go to Spain and you meet someone there and then you never come back?
Maybe you can come visit me.
That would be sick. That would be sick.
I mean,
maybe
I'm not against it.
I feel like European men might be less sort of like
I would date a European
tainted
man.
by society.
Yeah. I mean, every country has their own issues.
I could see you with a Brit.
Oh.
You should add London to your tour.
Okay.
Also,
oh my God, do I go on like a love on tour? Like Love
Make
on
a show.
Tour. Well, that's Harry Styles.
Or document
but
it on your
yeah,
Instagram.
I know, that's actually a good idea. Me dating in different
Also,
countries.
let's be real, and we should really end soon because we're going over time and I have like literally a million things to do. Sorry. I wish I was kidding. Look at my calendar. People meet on social media now.
Yeah.
And honestly, their show is a great platform to say, hey, Fee's single. Like, if you know someone, and please, like, a decent person. Like, I don't care.
Please, like, vet them before you send them my way.
Yeah, like, that's not nice to send Fee a psychopath. Thanks. But if you guys do know of anyone amazing, like, send them our way. And then also, if you did a Fee on tour, trying to play on words with that.
I know, we'll have to figure that out.
Whatever. Let's say you go on tour and you document it on your Instagram, and I'm like, I'm watching from afar and I'm like reporting back on the mic. Yeah. People will watch from around the world, and like men will want to date you.
Yeah.
I'm being for real. I know I sound like I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I think it sounds promising. I've seen girls on TikTok, again, it's like TikTok, but like girls that like go abroad and like meet their dream man, and they're just like, oh, this is like, this is it.
And then you have complicated immigration issues, but we can get there.
Yeah. I know, I was talking with a guy about that recently because he's going through it, and I was like, I had to help my boss study for hers. Do you remember that?
What do you mean? It was
traumatizing.
traumatizing.
Mari getting her citizenship was like
not okay.
Quite literally insane.
Insane.
We
took Adderall.
We did take Adderall. And we made flashcards and we studied our asses off.
Is it bad we did that?
I don't care.
It's fine.
Some real shit.
We studied really hard. I knew like
Mari cried every day that she went to the office.
Every single time I went to that immigration office, I cried.
You guys, I would drop Mari at the door. I was in your like probably your old Range Rover.
I run out.
And I would like do laps around the building because you're in downtown LA and you can't fucking park anywhere. And she would call me like, they wouldn't take me. Can you come pick me up? And I would go to the front. She like had her folder and she'd be crying. And then we'd call Leslie, and Leslie'd be like, what do you mean?
Leslie was pissed.
Leslie was pissed. I feel like every time you went back, they're like, oh wait, now you need this form. And you're like, I've been here 5 times.
Not them literally putting a hole in my green card and then
before your wedding.
Right before my wedding. And then going, by the way, you can't travel for 6 months. And I go, hold on, babe. I'm literally getting married in a couple weeks.
And they said, LOL, no, you're not.
So then I got a temporary visa, and then I got pulled in the room.
Oh, yeah. That's another story. But
anyways, okay.
We'll get there when we get there.
Let's wrap up this bitch sesh. Fee, thank you for joining today. That was a great bitch sesh. Love ya.
Love you too. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
This is crazy, you guys. But we're going to figure it out.
It's going to be crazy. Yeah. I just can't wait for Fee on tour.
I feel like I can't say that. I feel like Harry Styles people are going to come for me, but like,
why?
Maybe I want his attention. Because his thing's love on tour.
I don't think people are going to say that.
Dating on tour. DOT. Guys, help me come up with a good slogan.
Yeah.
And I'll make it my like new.
Fee finding love.
Oh.
Fee.
I know, I'm like, do I go on a dating show?
Yeah.
I watched Love is Blind. I watched the last season of Love is Blind, and there's this one couple, Taylor and Garrett. If you guys watch Love is Blind, you'll get it. Obsessed. These people could not be more in love. I know I don't really want to fall in love on a dating show, but like this couple, quite literally, I'm obsessed with them, and they're 2 perfect people together, and they didn't even see each other. They got engaged without seeing each other, and then they're hot. Ugh,
I don't hate you falling in love on a dating show. I'm just really worried.
Dating shows are a little scary.
What if like they edit you weird or something?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they could like ruin my character. I feel like I'm pretty.
That's
true.
Like
I'd be the lovable one, but I actually always say like The Bachelor. No hate, but like I'm like, if it came down to me and another girl, and the guy was like, look, 50% I'm gonna propose to her, 50% I'm gonna propose to you, I'd be like, what do you mean?
No, that doesn't work.
Like that to me, I just don't like that. Like
maybe
I want a man
go
to
on
be
Love is Blind.
A hundo.
If anyone's listening and is connected to Love is Blind,
production.
That's
what Haley
and I'll be one of the friends in the scene.
Oh yeah. And you'll be like, ugh, Fiona just dates assholes. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be the one at the end when they come home for like hometowns, and they like get them, and they're like, why should you date them?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Like, what's your intentions?
Oh my God, should I? Ugh, I don't know.
Okay, anyway, guys, we've ended this 5 times.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
We have requested a lot of feedback, so we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wellness podcast. To support this show, please rate and review and share with your loved ones. If you want to be reminded of new episodes, click the subscribe button on your preferred podcast or video player. You can sign up for my newsletter to receive my favorites at marilewellyn.com. It will be linked in the show notes. This is a Wellness Loud production produced by Drake Peterson, Fiona Attucks, and Kelly Kyle. This show is edited by Mike Fry, and our video is recorded by Luis Vargas. You can also watch the full video of each episode on our YouTube channel at Mari Fitness. Love you, Power Girls and Power Boys. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team.